This brings me to something I mentioned at the top, which was Pakistan versus India right now. What role do you feel the administration could play in calming that down? I mean, this is extraordinarily worrisome. And remember, China has tussled with India. Do you think China's going to get involved on the Pakistan side in some insidious way?
Well, I think China is involved on Pakistan's side already in many respects. I'm very worried about increased Chinese influence in Pakistan. We need to find a way to get the military regime in Islamabad to change direction before China's influence becomes unstoppable. The last time there was this kind of military exchange between India and Pakistan was 2019. I was in the White House at that point. We were in Hanoi actually for Trump to meet with Kim Jong-un the second time when the clash arose. Mike Pompeo got on the phone with a number of Indian and Pakistani officials. That one calmed down, but we took it very seriously. And I think we should take this one seriously. I don't think it's going to go much beyond that, but you can always be wrong, and you can't just sit back and watch it. India in particular is very sensitive about anybody getting in the middle of the India-Pakistan issue. So it has to be done carefully. But when you have two nuclear powers that were born in conflict and slaughter in 1947 at the time of the British partition and have fought three major wars and a few sort of minor wars, all of which Pakistan has lost, this is something that we need to watch and hopefully do what we can behind the scenes.
From where you have sat in many different roles and how you look at the world today, who is the most dangerous to American democracy, the biggest threat? Is it Vladimir Putin? Is it Xi Jinping? Or is it fill in the blank?
Well, I think it's clearly the Chinese Communist Party. I think the threat from China is the biggest threat we're going to face in the 21st century. And I think the manifestation of that worries me most is the axis that China is forming with Russia. Today in Moscow at their VE parade, Xi Jinping is the honored guest, and that's not accidental. So when you look at the war in Ukraine, when you look at the war in the Middle East, when you look at China's threat to Taiwan, the South China Sea, and as you mentioned, along the line of actual control with India, these threats are not disconnected. They're not disconnected. China has given material assistance to Russia in the Ukraine conflict. It's bought significantly greater quantities of oil and gas from Russia. It's laundered sanctioned Russian financial assets through China's opaque financial system out into the world markets, and it'll expect the same from Russia. This is a growing problem for us. I think our friends in Europe need to understand that. It's one reason why strengthening the NATO alliance is so important. And going beyond that, I have recommended that we follow former Spanish Prime Minister Jose Maria Aznar's suggestion to make NATO global, admit Japan, Australia, Singapore, Israel. I think this Beijing-Moscow axis is a global threat, and I think it requires a global response.
Do you count North Korea in there? You've got tens of thousands of North Koreans fighting in Russia and Ukraine.
That's a very important point. The axis has its outriders already. North Korea is one, Iran's another, Syria before Assad fell was another, Belarus in this hemisphere, the troika of tyranny, Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua. They are growing closer, and I think the threat's growing. This is among the reasons why an American retreat from the world and the neo-isolationism that we see expressed openly by some Republicans in particular is very disturbing, because whatever order and stability there is in the world, and there's not as much as they should be since 1945, frankly, has fundamentally come from the United States and its power and its influence and its allies. And if we step aside, one of two things happens. Either chaos fills the void or one of our adversaries fills the void. Now, our system benefits a lot of people around the world who don't shoulder up, bear their fair share. But I think our political leaders have to make clear to the American people, we're not doing this around the world because of eleemosynary motivations or because we're nice people, although we are. We're doing this for us. It benefits a lot of other people, but fundamentally it benefits us. And if we walk away from it, nobody else is going to do it for us.